Okay, you guys. Okay. Let's do a deeper dive into Foodie's live stream. Just saying, did a nice summary this morning. And so we'll go through this, and I have some thoughts. Just saying myself, right? Right, girl? Okay, let's go.
Canada. Yeah, I told off my. I don't care. I'm gonna talk. I told off my landlord. I'm like, I don't know. We got to like a little tiff at the end. He's really weird. He's like a weird little neurotic guy, and he was being like rude. Like I didn't do anything. I was like despite the people harassing him, which isn't really my fault because I didn't make them do it. um, he was like, okay, now don't, because he gave me like, I'm like, I want my money back. Like I need to leave. So he was like, don't message me for anything ever again for any reason. So I'm like,
Yeah, so she's about to tell you that her lease didn't actually start until the 1st of July. And that as long as she was out by the 1st, technically it had not started. And so she was entitled to all of her money back. Now, I am not Canadian. I don't know how the system works over there. But as far as I'm concerned, what that sounds like to me, Chantel, is that you were squatting. Okay? Even if you offered him a little bit of money, he advertised an apartment for rent, preferably to a non smoker, preferably no pets. You didn't even have your lease activated yet. So why are you entitled to your money back?
I said, dude, I said, listen, I said, I wrote LMAO. Why would I message you for anything? Get a life, block. Because people were messaging him right when they found out, like psychos, So I was like saying that I was dirty in the villa and all that. So he's like,
she's fanning herself with Julia's passport right now. I don't know if that's supposed to be a flex or she literally had no other item in the house to fan herself with.
People were telling me about Orleans, and I'm like, oh great. I'm like, right away, I'm like, I'm leaving. I want my money back. And he was like, okay, here's some tea. So he was like, I'm like, listen, that was like 3 years ago. I have not been a bad tenant to you currently. I don't need to like.
What do you mean you hadn't been a bad tenant? Are you kidding me? You were smoking weed in his apartment. You brought in a cat without notifying him. And you were making changes to the apartment without his permission.
You know what I mean? So, basically, I was like, my house got messy like once in a while, whatever. It's not your business. Like, like maybe past tenancy, whatever. But like, no, like, so, that was long ago. I'm like, I haven't been a bad tenant now. Like the place is clean.
It was 3 years ago, girl. That sort of stuff doesn't drop off of your credit record for like 10 years.
I paid you first and last month's rent. I'm quiet. I'm very quiet. Like, what more do you want, So then he's like, you're not getting any of your money back. And I was like, oh, I'm going to pull out Miss Legal, Legal Mindset Foodie Beauty and clock it. So basically we had a...
Yeah, Miss Poor, I'm living in Syria. I got no money. I have no access to my money. My channel doesn't get any views anymore. And I give all my money away to try and pay down my bankruptcies and pay off my bought bitch of a husband. Yeah, I'm sure you have the money to sue this guy.
Verbal agreement only. It was nothing, he said he was being nice and he was letting me move in like a bit of time before the 1st of July. The lease only started. I signed the lease. The lease was legally binding for July 1st.
Yep.
So I said, my lease doesn't start until July 1st. You cannot legally withhold my money. And I have to leave now for my safety, and trust me.
Sweetheart, you were not a guest in his building. You had a verbal agreement to move in early, and you harassed him to get him to do that for you.
the trolls are nasty and they're going to make your life hell. So you're going to want to give me back my money. And he was like, you're not getting your money. He's like, I'll give you your money back after you leave. And if you leave before the contract starts, and if I inspect the apartment. I said, your apartment will be in the same condition that it was. I'm not a child. I would not disrespect your property for no reason or do anything illegal. But legally, you cannot withhold a last month's rent deposit for it's.
That was a very generous offer that he gave you. He didn't have to. He did not have to.
It's not a security deposit for damages. It's a deposit for my last month's rent, and you have to give it back. And the first month as well. And actually, I was nice. I didn't have to do this. I thought it was right to give him a chunk of the first month's rent that I paid for the first because I stayed there for a while. Like, I'm not going to stay there for...
Yeah, but you're the one who wanted to break the lease. You are the one who wanted to break the lease. So he owes you nothing.
Completely for free. So that's the tea with that guy. Anyway, he was, I don't know. He was weird right from the get. Like, when I was communicating with him at first, he was using like a troll picture, like on, not his actual picture, which I guess, you know, I don't know. I can understand that. But he was just really like picky about every little thing. Like, I'd never want to live in a place again where the landlord lives in the same building because they nitpick every little thing. Like, he's saying the air conditioner wasn't installed properly, that there's going to be bats coming in. He was like super neurotic and like, I don't know. I'm so glad I'm out of there, man. It would rain and the whole ceiling would leak. Okay?
This says the chick who had plumbing issues on the first night because she didn't know how to properly operate the shower.
And I message him, and he's basically like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, you know, well, who am I supposed to tell about this? Like, you're the landlord. What do you want? Like, who am I supposed to tell that the ceiling looks like it's going to cave in with water because like, I had to put one of my buckets under there. Like, I'm glad I'm out of there anyways. So that was a disaster. You know, and that's the chance you take. Okay. I don't care if he's watching. What's he going to do? I'm allowed to say what I want. I didn't say his name. You know, I'm not the one doxing people. So, I mean, I don't know. Toxic mold. It did smell like mold in there, really bad. It smelled, you know what it did? It smelled like potatoes. You know when you leave a bag of potatoes out? And I couldn't pinpoint the smell. And the windows wouldn't stay open all the way. Like, they would...
Really? You couldn't pinpoint the smell? Because I think you're carrying it with you wherever you go.
Shut down? I don't know. I mean, other than that, it was a cute apartment, but I wanted something right away. I just kind of settled because everything else, like, there's these apartments down on the street I grew up on, and they're really nice, but they were like $1,900 for a one bedroom, or maybe like $1,800. No electric included in that, by the way. No AC. They don't come with AC. You got to rent a villa for that. Good. The year I was in Ottawa, the apartment was $250 with electric and water 40 years ago. Wow. Yeah, no. My first apartment came with utilities included, but no AC. It was $675 for a 2-bedroom, but that had cockroaches. Anyway, you just kill them. That's all. Who cares? They were like everywhere. You'd see one once in a while. That's how you can tell they're from a different apartment, you know? Basically, if they're everywhere infesting your house, it's probably from your house. But if you see one once in a while.
Yeah, you know, when you're poor, you have to make certain choices. When I was young, I was poor. I rented a 2-bedroom for, I think the first lease was for $950. There was crime in the area. There was some drug dealing in the area. There was a car that would roll through around 3 every afternoon and had a customized horn that did do 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 do. Literally did that every day. We did have one gang shooting in the 6 years that I lived there. And we did have rodent infestations and cockroaches. And these are things that you report to your property management. They end up having to bring in crews to remedy the situation. Like, you have to like evacuate everything out of your kitchen, and they spray everything down when it's a cockroach situation, depending on where it is, like, because they go for water sources usually, so it might be the bathroom too. We had termites They were the kind that built nests in the ceiling and came down like a cone. So we had to have that treated. They were living in the tree outside of our window. Um, we had, and yeah, one day I left a banana out. I thought it was okay to leave a banana out, and it was halfway eaten when I woke up. I didn't own cats back then, but it was pretty clear to me that we had some sort of rodent infestation at that point.
Do we have any chocolate? Oh, I still have these chips. Want chips? Want some chips?
I don't know.
You don't know? Eating content. Well, I'm gonna do some, but right now we've just been busy. Whenever we have constant electricity, I need to clean the entire house. It's so filthy. Like just sand dust and stuff. I need to find some cleaner. I can't just order it on Talabat. I need to go into a little shop somewhere and get a cleaner. It feels like the 90s. When I used to have to go to the store, like, for my mom and get stuff. Did Scylla ask you to come?
God, it just reminds me of like the scene from Schindler's List where that young boy was cleaning out the bathtub and he couldn't get the ring off of it because it was so stuck. And Rafe Fiennes' character said, "Did you use lye?" Which I guess is like a really harsh chemical. I've never used it, but whatnot. And this is just after he had been coached by Schindler to be a bit more forgiving because he would have more respect and power from the in the slaves, the interns, the concentration camp victims, if he displayed occasional forgiveness, right? So he dismissed the boy and let him go. But then he started taking shots at him and shot him dead.
No. Hey, Vanessa.
I asked her to not come for her safety and for the rough life and the tough conditions.
I should maybe have given him more time. I didn't have time. I had to leave before like the first of the month. I didn't want to.
I told her, give me 1 month at least to set everything up. I didn't have friggin' time.
I missed you.
Okay, I miss you too.
Do you hear the bickering here? So they did have some sort of plan to reunite in Syria. Holy shit, Salah. You are one crazy bastard. She is your cash cow and you need to keep her alive. But he's frustrated because he expected a month to set everything up and she came over early.
But
He's like, now's not a time to be emotional.
to real life, there's no time for emotion.
Maybe I was that a gunshot?
Yeah.
Why?
Fireworks.
That was the second gunshot they heard within a 24-hour period. And he's laughing it off like it was fireworks. Sweetheart, honey, nobody's celebrating July 4th in Syria, nor do they even have the ability to get fireworks. Give me a fucking break. You know exactly what's happening. Be real about the situation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Fireworks. Party in the USA. Is it lagging for anyone else?
No, it's not.
Just go back in and come out. Did you hear that, or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, happy 4th of July. Hey Mike, happy 4th of July to the Americans. Withdraw from the... I don't even think about that. I don't feel like I'm... I don't know. Maybe... Honestly, I don't have time to withdraw from anything. I just like... I guess sleeping outside is off the table. Shut up.
Mom, I could set a huge solar panel system, and in my house, not renting, like, apartment, and prepare many things, too many things, like furnitures, appliances, machines, you know.
He's saying that he owns his house, and there's just certain things he needed to supply the house with, because obviously he hasn't been living there. He was born in Kuwait. He grew up in Kuwait. He lives in Kuwait. This is some sort of family inheritance.
Utilities and Wi-Fi, for example, too many things.
Can't get rid of me that easy.
You always talk about the emotions. Must be in real life.
Okay, fine. I'm going to Italy then tomorrow. Should have listened to Salah. Maybe. How stubborn I am. I know. I get very emotional. He can, Zoe. He can go to Canada. It's just not. It's not a fast process. Immigrating to Canada, especially with them limiting that right now.
Well, you had 3 years, girl. It's not a fast process, but you've had 3 years to even just get him a travel visa. So I think everybody's done with the excuses here. Especially Salah.
So we can't go to my home, so I came to his. We could go other places together, which maybe you'll freak out and eventually want to do that, right? But I don't think so. You really want to be in your family home. It's yours. Do you hear the dogs?
Mm-hmm. They're fighting.
Stray dogs? You guys don't even know.
Rabies.
They have rabies.
I mean, I got coyotes. Stray dogs? You don't even know. Well, I mean, I've got female German shepherd-sized coyotes roaming my neighborhood, so okay.
They live in packs and they fight each other.
Nina, the emojis.
Oh my. Yeah, Nina. Oh my goodness. Just give us a. That's why I didn't really want to go live, because this is like our reality right now. But no, that's not why. I've been really busy, like dealing with life, and we've been just like invited to so many places, and we get an hour of government power. You gonna go to sleep for a while? I should charge my phone.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, charge this. Actually, instead, I should charge my phone. Where? Right here. Can you bring my black long charger? If you can find it. Turn off Western Decadent fan. No, I'm not sleeping for an hour with my CPAP. There's no way. I'd rather wait till the morning and sleep right through. I don't have insulin. Nina, don't let people judge you. You wanted to be with your family, and that is there right now. I would follow my family to the end of the world. Thank you, Nina. I probably should. I didn't realize this is a new life for him. I just thought just because he's Syrian, like by blood, like he would just be like, oh yeah, he has never lived here. You know?
I'll be real with you. I love my family. I, celebrated the Catholic religion with my family. These were all good things in my life, positive things in my life. If my family decided to join like a doomsday cult, fuck no. I am not following them to the ends of the earth if they're all gonna be fucking stupid, okay? But they know where I am if they want to rehabilitate and escape, okay?
Oh. What's all my fault that there's no power? He would be going through this anyways in a way, Well, we're together now. Yeah, Nicole, it's new for both of us. See, when I came to Kuwait, obviously I felt secure with him there because he lived there his whole life and he knew the ins and outs and he was already established there. It's like permanent camping. Yeah, she has a mat. I'm trying to get her to sit still so I can get it right here. It's like not attached to her skin. It's in her fur and it's bugging me.
He was not already established there. Are you for fucking real? He literally just had some family there. He had an inheritance there. It's a war-torn country. He doesn't know anybody there. You guys are making all new friends, which good for you. I'm glad you're being social. Chantel, I'm so glad that you're talking to people, that you're trying to distract yourself from the fact that you can't eat all day. I think that's fantastic. These are positive changes in your life, but at what cost?
She's long hair, so, but I do take care of them. I don't know where the groomer is here, so I have to do it myself. So nice, right?
If you brushed her regularly, you wouldn't have those mats. You also would need to know if she's getting fleas in this environment, but you probably have no way of treating that either. Do they sell those collar things or the drips? You can put I don't know if you can get them. You said there's pharmacies everywhere, but there is the drip that you can rub on the back of her neck that will prevent fleas from sucking on her, and they'll be repelled.
They made you one for the Sierra.
What?
They made you one this for Sierra also, huh? Somebody nice. I never had the prayer beads. The fridge is working?
I covered this before. She grew up Catholic. She went to Catholic private school. I think it's impossible that she never owned a rosary or did the Stations of the Cross, period. But she also said that she never celebrated fall in Canada, and she literally grew up there throughout her entire life.
Oh, now your phone charging, 2 power banks, my phone, your phone, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
You think I can handle it here?
How long you can last staying here? Maybe maximum 1 month for you?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Leave?
I mean, standards here.
What about you? You have times where you're like over it, huh? It's hard for you too. It's hard for Syrians in general.
I just need time to
Oh, Nina,
settle
it's
up
not
everything,
fair.
you know?
Well, we just have to make the best of it, I guess.
Yeah, needs time. Totally.
Anyways, I miss Juice more anyways. I'm joking. I did miss her a lot. I can't. My sweet baby. Yeah.
She's not joking, but let me jump. I think there is a part 3.
Times, and I'm still not as miserable as people who sit at home obsessing over like stupid little, wishing like the worst for someone. Anyway, that's your karma. I'm not, that's it. Anyways. Just don't worry about it. It's my problem. Like, it's not yours. You know? I didn't get kicked out of Kuwait. I can go to Kuwait tomorrow if I want to. Pause is BS. Like, they just want you to be...
You know, I've been watching a lot of trash YouTube, and it's driven me to this. Yeah, I feel like what we're watching is people who could, in many cases, squeeze out a lot of the toxins that they're dealing with, but in some cases, the toxins are so deep that they actually need precision to open the skin, and in the case of cysts, pull out the sac so it doesn't refill and come back. All right, let's get back to our Canadian dumpster fire.
Homeless and banned in every country. Yeah, I know. It's sad. I don't know, man. Humans are messed up. So, miserable, sad, and miserable, yes. Because he knows me. He knows what well, people think they know me, but I even surprise myself with how resilient I can be. So, causes a scam, and they're immature little brats. They don't know anything. Whatever. I wanted to leave Kuwait anyway, honestly. Good night, Carefree. And Kuwait arc is over. There's nothing to talk about anymore. So, it's over.
I wanted to leave anyway. That's why I fled in the middle of the night when Pause Kuwait came out with their allegations against me. Right. I wanted to leave. Kuwait is my home. I love this country. I want to be with my family.
No, our refrigerator is old and it's so gross. I don't want to use it. Yeah, I get paid for people watching my content, not to interfere in my real life. You guys don't understand what I was eating in Kuwait. Of course I'm gonna need insulin. I don't want to tell you my blood sugar.
I'm fairly certain we do understand what you were eating in Kuwait, since you put it online so frequently and did it in such a way that you had shit dribbling all over your face and onto your clothing. I think we had a fairly good idea of that's just what you wanted to highlight and not show us, because you yourself said that you weren't actually showing us your binges. You remember that? You remember how you said you kept the binges offline? That was just that was your YouTube content. That was your mukbangs. That was like the professional eating. But when it came to binging, that was kept separate, right? I think we had a pretty good idea, especially given your size, that you're out of control.
Well, to me, it wasn't a mistake. Ramen noodles, and I mean, you're not me. You don't live my life. You have an opinion, but that doesn't make it a fact, right? So, what I really want to do is actually like clean. So, I want to like make this place a home for now, you know. So, paper clips. I don't need paper clips. There's a world beyond fancy spoiled brat things, you know. Like, I'm not going to Canada. Oh shit. My lymphedema is itchy.
I'm not very familiar with lymphedema, but my understanding is that is the because all of the big fatties, they complain about having lipedema and lymphedema, and so I'm not sure which is which. But one of the conditions is where the fat solidifies so hard on, I guess, usually your legs, that it can no longer be burned. You can't just work it off, through exercise and diet. You would actually have to have it surgically removed. That's my understanding, but I'm no doctor. I don't get it. I'm not familiar with these conditions, so I don't really know what's going on. But that leads me to another clip. So this is a drainage pipe in a dam in California. And it only becomes active when the water rises high enough to need to be drained off before the dam is in danger, right? So it has, once it's active, it draws in a lot of people who watch it, right? A lot of people are going to watch this disaster unfold. That basically the water has risen so high that there's this beautiful spectacle, the glory hole. There was a woman who apparently swam out to. There's a few articles that get covered in this one. I'm going to put all the links to everything that I'm showing you guys today. Um, there are different accounts of how this happened, but she got sucked into the glory hole, and that's because the waters rose so high that she no longer had control over getting sucked into her ultimate demise, right? And back to the show.
Had gunfiring happening around you. I don't think that was like a normal thing. I don't know. Yeah, when I go to the markets, there's extremist groups everywhere. Yeah, they're always defined by that too, yeah. True. But there is a lot of political stuff, and I'm not getting into that. I'm just here to... I just want to show you guys, like, content-wise, just, you know, the food, the markets, you know. Heard gunshots twice.
You want to show the foods in the market, so you go to like one of the most dangerous places on earth so you can chase dick and still create this illusion that you're married in a loving relationship and that you'll do anything for love. Right? But what won't you do?
It's fireworks. Hasn't even been a week. Every day is exhausting for me, because for a normal person of a normal weight, probably not as bad.
She was also calling it pew pew, and to minimize what's happening around her is fucking disgusting, Chantel.
The no electricity thing is awful. I know it's... We went to a store and the lights were off. And I was like, the power thing is just... I hope it fixes for the people's sake. You know, it's sad. No guide. Salah is... Yeah, the Senaya prison, I think, or whatever. Yeah, Nicole. Now, I don't know if I can go there. Like, the torture and everything these people endure there is just... You see videos of them being released and reunited with their families, and it's just the things they got arrested for, like... it's surreal to me that I'm in the country where these atrocities happened.
Yeah.
You know, not that long ago. Whenever we were in Kuwait, in bed, and Salah just freaked out. They're freeing Syria, like in what, a day, a couple of days, a few hours? I don't know. It didn't take long. Entire almost like Syria was free. It's insane. Like,
free from one dictator onto a terrorist-backed regime. Do your research, son.
it was emotional for him, for sure. Film everything in case they make a Netflix film. Well, if this is the way I go out, it's the way I go out. That's the thing about being religious. You put your full trust in God and don't worry about the rest. Just leave that to God. Whatever. Everyone.
That's not how religion works. That's not how God works. He has expectations of your behavior throughout your life. He is forgiving, yes. But you have to be truly remorseful. First of all, you can't use that as a pillar of why you can be a bad person. You actually have to go out there and do your charitable works, do your volunteerism, do good things for your community. You have done none of this. So how can you constantly cite a religion that you're not practicing as the reason why you might live or die? Girl, oh my God. If you actually do believe in religion, you're not going to be going to the pearly gates. Let's just say that.
Has the time, you know.
At Carl's Jr., late birds get the best.
You know, whatever. I'm not gonna leave Salah. Like I know I don't know. Like I know it stresses him out more because like he has to worry about me too now. It's not just himself, and the man has like responsibilities to take care of his wife, right, and his culture. So he worries about every little thing. Like where's your fan? Where's your charger? I try to make him relax, but it's hard for him. I said, don't worry. Like don't worry about that. I don't think I'm gonna need as many medications that. Like, I feel like a lot of the medications I was on were due to my unhealthy lifestyle, and I feel like if my lifestyle's changed...
You wouldn't know because you weren't even getting treated when you had full access to health care.
Okay. But the metformin I still take. My leg is swollen because of how long I've been sitting, socializing for hours. I need to put my feet up or they swell sometimes. But the ankle on the side of my heart is skinny. It's this one, so...
I should have grabbed one of the podiatry videos showing how they have to strip off toenails for nail fungus.
He's not a refugee. Syria is not in a war anymore. So there's no refugee. But not everyone can do this. I'm not saying that to pat my own back. Because, I know people think I'm crazy, but not everyone can come to a place like this. You heard him. He didn't want me to come to an unsafe area. And I was like, what am I going to do? I don't want to stay in Cornwall. It's not just Canada. I don't want to be there without him. So until he can, inshallah, someday, maybe we'll make that our home. I don't know. Maybe we'll get fed up, go to Malaysia. There's only so many places someone with a Syrian passport can go. I can go anywhere in the world. And if you have a passport from a top notch, you take it for granted because really, the pause situation did turn me right off of staying there because I was like, whoa, you're going far, man. I thought I was doing something really good. Like what? And then I realized
you were not doing anything good. You were harassing stray animals that were already under the care of the rescue organization and are in an overpopulation situation, and you swiped a kitten that was nursing away from its mother, realized that you couldn't take care of that kitten because it wouldn't eat food, it wasn't ready yet, brought it back to the park, and then contacted Pause Kuwait to give them the information. And now you're like, oh my God, why did this happen to me? I just don't get it.
if I can get in trouble for trying to do something good like that, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not staying and dealing with that. Never. It probably would have been nothing. Whatever. I just don't want it. And, although, I do regret ever, raging or, swearing, doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
For sure. I wish I hadn't given anybody not worth my attention. Because when you rage, you have a response that people seek from you. You know what I mean? You. Why would I give them what they want? No.
Mm-hmm.
Summer house in Cornwall. I hate Cornwall. It's not love addiction. It's like a
codependency.
No, I don't have to explain it. I know. I don't want to be alone living there. Boring. I like having Salah in my life as my husband, like a partner in life, And honestly, I'm not even saying that. I miss Julia pretty much as much. I just missed her. It was breaking my heart. His name is Kevin. Busy Bee Swizzle. Thank you. I'll put it towards solar energy. We'll get KFG. We have the same attachment style. Codependency. But it's a human thing. Men and women they're supposed to get married and build a life together.
Build a life together, yes. Retain their individual identities, also, yes. Be able to, go through their days without being obsessed with where is my partner. Yes. Like, seriously, you have unhealthy relationships and you're unwilling to get therapy. And now you're not going to get it ever.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's narrow-minded to say that because so many people are single and have a life. But for me personally, I don't know. I used to think I'm such good Dubai. No, I'm tired of the arid, dry, really hot. You know, and Dubai is even worse. Dubai is so touristy. Can get more wives now. No, I'm not sick. I'm okay. Watch, the weight will fall off. I know it. The lifestyle I'm living, there's no way I can be obese, like super obese. Like, watch 2 months from now. Just watch. I could go for a pita with cheese right now.
Don't believe me, just watch.
If I wasn't in love with Salah and I didn't miss him, okay, maybe I could live alone. But I'm in love. I love him. He takes care of me a lot, like in ways that maybe I should be able to take care of myself with, but I don't know. Syria and war, please. It's not about that. It's they eat healthier real food in this country. And yes, eat less. Why not? Look at the, like I used to eat like a hanzira, like all day and night eating. You know what? I should humble myself with the people here and not, I'm being influenced. I'm being around people who are humble, happy despite what they don't have. They focus on what they have. And that's what Islam is about. KFC, Kevin. You can eat real food anywhere. No, I can't. The temptation is too much right now. I don't know. A caregiver. It's not really a caregiver because he doesn't do anything for me like personal care wise.
Right, and you like to make fun of caregivers like Beck, who had to take care of Amberlyn Reed, right? I mean, you have no respect for life partners who actually do that for their partners, and then when they are no longer engaged as a couple, don't get reimbursed for their services, right? But you want your first and last month's rent back. Okay.
It's not just me. It's his entire culture is like that. The man takes care of the woman, so I don't need a caregiver. And if someone needs a caregiver, why shame them for it? Like, why shame someone for needing a caregiver? Like, it's not, it's not nice. Looking for someone else to make you happy. I don't know if it's about happiness. It's, I don't know. Personal. It's lonely. I don't know. And it's not just for anyone. It's for him. Like, I love him. He's my husband. I'm married for a reason. Takes care of our money.
Just as a reminder, she married this guy like 2 weeks after she met him on Tinder.
I guess a part of me does like that I don't have to use my brain much with him. I feel maybe it's like, that's not fair to him. Like, I have to try to be, I take care of him too, though. Like, you guys don't see the things I do for him, really, but you can do it on your own. Yeah, I mean, I could do it. Like, I set up my own apartment. I had my life, but that's not something I wanted. Like, once I was there, like in Kuwait, I was like, instantly, like, I'm so impulsive. Like, I booked the ticket the next day to leave. And even Salah was like, Stanishui, like, wait a little bit. Like, no, I'm out of here. And I visualized, like, while I was on the plane, like, yeah, self-medicating in my own apartment, AC, Mario beezing, and eating. Like, is that really living? I was still depressed. Very much, but a different kind. Like, I'm not depressed right now. At all. Like, I feel, you know, thank you, Nicole. Have I ever been truly happy? Katina Vic. When I'm living life, forcing myself, like, it's hard, and you feel exhausted, and you feel like, oh, what am I doing? But then after, you start to feel, the more you do it, the more expose yourself to, like, you know, you feel good, you feel like you're learning something, you're learning to be more humble, you're learning, like, different things about life that, you know, don't involve consumerism to make you happy. That's what I was doing in Canada. I don't know. I like the Arab culture. It's more welcoming, it's a more simple type of life, and, you know.
Do you just think that everybody in first world nations are just constantly engaging in consumerism? Chantel? The pandemic started in 2020. That is the last time I bought new clothing. I got a couple of pair of jeans at the beginning of the pandemic. And I got some shoes. That's it. But, you know, I would say that was my roughing it time. Considering I couldn't get laundry detergent and I was boiling my clothes in fabric softener because that's what I had on hand, right? You do with what you have to do. But I was in a first world country dealing with that situation rather than having to worry about whether shots were fired outside of my house and a stray bullet could come through my window.
It's I don't know how to, if you haven't experienced it, you can't really know what it's like. I don't know. Yeah, it is living life, Angela. To me, it is. Going out, you know, interacting with all kinds of really nice people, being places you've never been, exploring the beauty of a country, the traditions, the cultures, even if it's risky, whatever. I don't know. You know, putting pressure on a man to take care of you. Yeah, I think he wanted to be like, I think he feels really responsible when the power goes out. Or if there's something not, you know, up to standard. It's like, it's not your fault. It's like, that's how it is here. So I try not to complain. To keep the morale up between us. Self-medicating and eating is numbing. Jeez. I do like Mario abusing though. Just do you? For the next 6 months? Nope, not really. It's like you're in a war zone. Wait, Syria's at war? It's been liberated and they're still unrest, yes, but I wouldn't say it's a war zone. Actually, yes, from the previous war, yeah, you're right. Oh well. Then I guess I'm in a war zone, I don't know. What do you mean my ego? What does that have? I'm telling you what the reality of my life is and you're choosing not to believe it. And make up your own reality for a life you don't know anything about. That's not my problem. Ramen noodles or whatever your name is. I don't know, my antidepressants are here somewhere, but I haven't been taking them. And I haven't flipped out. Normally I would flip out. It's not healthy to shut yourself in a room and not go out, interact with people, eat all day, unhealthy food, and just scroll all day. Do you know how much more that would kill me than being here? I know. That's all I did in Kuwait and Cuba. It's not a life. You know, like countries where you're super comfortable. That's what I'm saying. I know it's like I have a choice to rough it or not, but I don't look at it that way. I don't look at it as like I'm trying to like, you know,
I'm just going to get this in here right now. A lot of this material that I'm covering is from Just Saying's channel. I will be providing links to everything in the description. So please like their videos and subscribe to their channels.
Here to be with him and appreciate his country and culture. That's it. But this country is definitely, the lifestyle is way healthier. People are active, people eat a healthy diet. The human body doesn't even need that much food. Who said we need 3 whole meals a day? You know? Why would they care about me anyway? I'm Muslim. I have a bad past, but I'm sincerely moving on from that. Hey, Judy. Yeah, I realize. Hey, Mish. Actually, I think Mogadishu is more dangerous than here. And I love this country, so why would I, I don't know. Plus, there's no invasion of Iraq or Syria anywhere. So why would I don't understand. People just think that's all Syria is. ISIS, blah, blah, blah. It's not. There's a lot more to it, you know. I'm not denying that exists, but it's not my business. I'm not getting into politics. I haven't finished the Quran now. I guess compared to a lot of people here, yeah. But a lot of people, it's an illusion sometimes in the West. Everyone's in debt. I'm not wealthy. Do I feel bad for doing my family? Yeah, a little bit. What can I do? Live my life how other people want me to? Actually, I've only been eating like one meal a day. If we visit people, sometimes I eat a lot. I will admit, yeah. They make you eat. I don't know, I feel like there's something I should be doing. And just, sealing is just not it. I have many little cold showers a day. Like just, quick wash up and out. Because it cools you off. So you go and you have AC, so what? How is that living life? Big deal. There's more life than AC. And I don't even love steak. When I was in Canada, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to see him again? What am I doing?
So they have a water tank on top of the house, the apartment building that they live at. And she's saying she has several cold showers a day. You're in a war-torn country. You have to conserve everything, right? Because the water tank is your only water that you can use. It's the water that flushes your toilets. It's the water that powers your shower. It's all you got, right? Why not just fill up a bucket, have a hand towel, and just wipe yourself down whenever you're feeling hot? Literally, that's what I do in a first world nation when it gets too hot on my balcony. I'm not inside taking a ton of goddamn showers, Chantel.
Living my life like that. Like, why do people, think I want to be in Canada so bad? Like, what is it about Canada? The AC? Anyway, I don't want to come off. What freedom? No, I don't. I'm married to his culture. Oh, shoot. Shit, I just went off without warning. I mean, freedom, I shouldn't be acting that way anyway. I shouldn't be the freedom to swear and be rude. I shouldn't be like that. Because if you can't control your own tongue, people will control you. He's snoring. Okay, we're good. If he's snoring, we can talk as loud as we want. He will never hear it. Never. I'm hungry. No fridge. No food. I said, why don't we go to Malaysia? He didn't want to, This needs to take care of your bags under my eyes. I know the risk. I might never be able to leave if things get bad. I know. Yeah, he said he wouldn't have rented this place if I wasn't coming. He probably would have just stayed with a friend, or I don't know. Whatever he would have done. Why do people have to go to a negative place using Syria? I would come here just to lose weight? What? So stupid. I try not to address people, but I can't stand stupidity. Oh, so she's just, mocking the people who have no food. People everywhere have no food. There's not a single person living here that didn't have food. Trust me, I've been stuck with food visiting people here. So, people, they don't know anything about this life. Don't sit there.
She's also the person that told us that there are people who are living in ruins of bombed out buildings.
Behind your screens on your keyboards thinking you know anything about Syria. You don't. I haven't lived here my entire life, but I've lived here longer than you. Yeah. The things I've seen and experienced here in the few days I've been here, more than you. Government's advice. Look, I know, but the Canadian government has to be super cautious for its people. And I'm not saying it's completely safe. It's not, but run by an ex-Al-Qaeda fighter that your president, Donald Trump, supports. So if he supports
Yeah, our president who is bending the knee to Putin and also wants to be a fascist dictator. Wonderful example, because lots of us don't support him, okay, Chantel, and are pretty disappointed with American voters that this happened again. Um, what do you want? What do you want us to do? Dude literally has somebody in Congress trying to remove term limits so he can become a dictator.
him and says good things about him, must be okay, right? It's like Home Alone. I mean, the people here love him. He's liberated Syria. But Donald Trump is a convicted felon. I'm hungry now. I wish I had pita bread. I want a queso when I get, like, whenever I get up on the phone. I mean, I'm not defending. I don't know his whole history or anything. It's not my. I'm not getting involved in politics here. I don't think that would be very wise. All I know is the people here, the majority, love him for fleeing Syria. Honestly, I'm gonna speak my mind about this, but Turkey airport has the worst customer service. Like, Jessica, are you doing okay? I'm okay. I'm just trying not to wake up still, because I want to sleep. So, first of all, I went to Subway. She's using the box, and it was like, it might have looked like two boys working there. They must have been like 16. They were talking amongst each other. I was standing there, and I was like, oh, hello, like, I'm here. And they did that to, like, everyone that was going there. I watched. He was convicted for over 30 felonies, yeah. Anyway, I've been to the U.S. Have you been to Syria? I've been to the U.S. many times, and we're kind of neighbors.
You've been across the border. You've been across the border. Like, I've been to Tijuana, okay? And you've gone to visit a grandfather in Florida, right? I've been to Ensenada once. I don't think that your experiences in America can say that, like, you really know how it goes out here, okay?
So, finally, I'm like, hello. I'm like, I was getting mad. And it's still, like, bargaining, and I'm just like, I work here, if you know. Anyway, they have bad customer service. And he continued to talk to his friend the whole time. He was serving any customers. And, tossed my sandwich, no napkin, no bag, no nothing.
Do you guys remember when she went back to Canada and there was the solar eclipse and it was going to be appearing directly overhead of Smee's house where she was staying, and instead she decided to go to the US, pretend that she got food poisoning from a Chinese restaurant, and admitting herself to the hospital so that she could get more prescriptions for her diabetic condition. Do you guys remember that? I can't even with this one.
I know it sounds entitled, but I mean, like, customer service, like, I don't know, if you're working, I think customers have the right to notice that. Lip gloss, it is the Sephora lip plumper. I've been here 4 days, but I'm not longer than you, Lee. So yes, I know more than you. 4 days is longer than you. No, I'm staying out of politics. I might, like in vlogs, if I show something, like, I might explain what happened, but I'm not going to give my opinion on it because I'm not going there, you know?
Oh, really? Because you had a lot to say about Trump just a second ago, but okay.
While I'm here. But most people seem to have, there's like a majority opinion, I guess, because you can see the flags everywhere. What really happened to Smokey? I shipped him to China so they could make food out of him. I told you where Smokey was. This is Chinese food now. I hope that wasn't racist about Chinese food. I don't know, they do eat cats and dogs and some...
Yeah, I was racist. It was a trope. It was a stereotype. And whether they do that in actual China or not, that has been something that has been used against Chinese immigrants for a very long time. So maybe you should shut your goddamn trap, girl.
It's like a documentary. So how is it racism? Just waiting. Yeah, there it is. That's racist. There we go. There's always one. Sorry. I mean, people actually do eat cats. It's a thing. There's like whole organizations that rescue dogs and cats from being eaten. So I think people are asking where Smokey is, no matter what answer I give. Even though I've done video, even though I've said what happened. So if you want to hear something bad, I'll tell you something bad. Updates on adopted animals means you're exploiting them for YouTube money. Let them be. There you go. Exploiting them for money? Do you mean like thousands of dollars? If you intend to stay in Syria for longer than 14 days, you must... Yeah, where's my fan? Oh, it's dead anyways, whatever. Everyone, let's play for what has happened in Texas, those poor children. There you go. Sad. Yes, it is. Every other day there's a friggin' shooting. It's disgusting.
This dumb bitch doesn't realize that they're talking about the flooding.
I didn't hear what happened in Texas, but you must register with the Syrian Immigration and Passports Office. Yeah, I think that, yeah. I'm aware of the, the rules. Thank you. It's a flood? Oh. That's too bad.
Yeah. So sad.
Whatever, there is shootings every other day, though. Like, it's bad. It's a flood? Wow. That's really terrible. Sorry for their families and the victims. I did not know. Pumped up kicks, bringing up something 5 years ago. Nice, clever. Shows your brain capacity. I just assumed it was something like that, because that's every time you hear, did you hear what happened in this? It's usually something like that.
She's trying so hard to rage without dropping swear words. It's awesome.
Being low so I don't disturb Zilla. I'm sure everyone in Cornwall's jealous. What? I'm not even thinking of anyone in Cornwall, and I don't compete. My life is not a competition with anyone else. Like, it's my life. That's it. I really could care less if people are jealous or not.